URC, folks, the Scarlets and the Dragons. It's been a while since I've watched a Welsh derby in the old URC. Neither of these sides doing particularly flash, especially the Scarlets, I think, have been a wee bit disappointing this season, but they got a win. 33 points to 17. Going to go through some kind of key events and stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. This game had a big old scuffle, but yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I switched it on slightly late because it was on relatively early here. It is holidays over here in NZ, summer holidays, and the game started at just after 6 in the morning, but by the time I got it on, we were 2 minutes into the game, and it looked like Callum Mahoney, who's going to have the wrong kind of headlines about him. Looked like he was knocking it on right over the try line, but back for an advantage. Scarlets opt for an early 3, having missed out on a seeming try. I kind of missed the build-up, but 3 points to nil to the Scarlets. And then Bradley Roberts, who's everywhere for the Dragons, manages to stop a little Scarlets dink over the top by being the man who gets back to take the ball and dot it down over his own try line to make sure one of the Scarlets boys can't pinch one. So, it's a weird moment, but then from the resulting scrum, because it's a 5-minute scrum for the Dragons, the Scarlets win another penalty, so 6 points to nil. There are a lot of scrums in this game. I've got to admit, I feel like the Scarlets, for the most part, had them on top, but there was penalties each way in the scrums in this one. Hanrahan did get one back for the Dragons boys to make it 6-3, and then the cameraman found a little hand puppet for the Dragons. I don't know if that's a common thing. Admittedly, I haven't watched enough Welsh rugby for the URC this season, but there's a Dragons hand puppet man. He takes a dragon hand puppet. You love seeing those kind of next level supporters, eh? To take a hand puppet to a match and puppeteer your way through the game, that's some next level commitment. So kudos to that man. To Hand Puppet Man with his wee dragon. 20 minutes though, Hand Puppet Man would have been pretty happy because Dragons took their first lead of the game when they managed to score a try through Angus O'Brien. That was one of the tries of the game. Some really nice wide, quick ball. Dyer with the beaten defender and a wee line break, and then getting the ball wide to O'Brien. So yeah, Dragons lead, man, 10 points to 6. But the crowd loved it when the Dragon guys hit straight back, man. It was pretty much, was it 4 minutes to Steph Evans' try. They'd almost won a turnover on Jonathan Davis, had the Dragons guys, but when they didn't win the turnover, the Scarlets guys were able to shift it left, and Steph Evans was able to finish it in the corner. So very brief lead for the Dragons boys, 13-10. And Scarlets had a chance to be really ruthless and make it an extended lead on 26 minutes when they won a penalty, but then Patrick just kicked it dead. Sometimes the errors were a little bit frustrating like that. But then maybe what's going to be the talking point of the game is the scuffle I alluded to earlier. It starts with just a little bit of pushing and shoving. I feel like it was Ashton Hewitt and somebody else. Just holding each other down, grabbing each other's collars, not letting each other go, just being generally kind of annoying. But then Ross Moriarty, who can be feisty, to put it kindly, he grabs Callum Mahoney's his scrum cap, his headgear, and Callum Mahoney doesn't appreciate that because he swings. He might have connected with at least one, but he takes a few good swings at Moriarty. And as soon as you see that, you know you're getting a red card. I don't understand. I know that's really annoying, and you really want to punch someone in the face, but with all those cameras around, you can't be punching someone in the face and expect to stay on the field. And he still throws the punch anyway. Multiple punches. It's unbelievable. Usually when you see scuffles these days, everyone knows you can't throw a punch. They all just grab each other's jerseys and talk about their plans for the weekend, but yeah, Callum Mahoney's like, bugger this, I'm throwing some punches, old school. So he gets red carded. So Scarlets again with a man down, and Moriarty for his troubles gets a yellow card. So pretty much just under half the game, the Scarlets will be playing with a man down because it's going to be 14-14 for the next 10 minutes. And the Dragons punish straight away from the resulting penalty. Lewis Jones gets the second try of the game. A wee snipe from the back of a maul, and then it's a 17-13 lead, which you think they're going to take into halftime, but not quite, because Halfpenny gets one more shot at goal before halftime to make it a one-pointer at halftime, 17-16. Now, sadly for the Dragons, despite the fact that knowing they're going to go into the second half with an extra man, they don't score any more points. And it tends to be the case that if you can't score points for a whole half of rugby, you're not going to win a game, and such is the case here. I mean, the possession of territory was kind of split. The Dragons edge of the possession, the Scarlets edge of the territory in the first half. Neither side's tackling percentage was that great, 78-80 at halftime. So nothing that flash. But, I mean, it's not like it was a huge try fest. Only three tries in that first half. Second half starts. Scrum penalty sees Patchell have another shot at goal. He misses it, so a chance to go in front, but missed. He doesn't make a mistake from the next one on 47. So it's 19 points to 17. The Scarlets are back in front. You can feel the crowd maybe starting to believe a wee bit, because when they got the red card, the crowd just seemed kind of resigned to the fact that they were going to lose it. But no, they did get back into the game. The scrum did go back and forth, though. Like I mentioned, the Dragons managed to win one. They had a chance to be ruthless. They went for the corner, and then from the line out, just not straight, man. Just like the Patchell kick out earlier, it's like, that's the kind of mistake you can't be making. Real basic letdown, and yeah, sure enough. So that results in a scrum, and the Scarlets get a scrum penalty. So they're able to get kind of a free exit. And then, yeah, they go up the other end of the field, the Scarlets boys, and they manage to get a try through Dane Black. A scrum, some phases, and he manages to snipe himself. So really starting to look like Scarlets Day at the office by that point. 26-17, 2-score lead. And this game didn't look like being overturned. But then the Scarlets give away a soft penalty, high tackle. Hanrahan misses his shot at goal to make it a 1-point game. The next time they've got a chance, the Dragons guys, they change tack again because they've been going touch. Then they opt for posts, back to touch after Scarlets were offside. The Dragons maul just gets turned over by the Scarlets guys. So by that point, I was pretty much, believing that this is not going to go the Dragons' way. They're not scoring any points. Ultimately, they go like 10 plus phases in the last 10 minutes, and eventually they knock it on. So yeah, I'm not there at the office, man. And then it goes from bad to worse with them. I've got a bit of peanut butter toast floating around in my mouth somewhere. I can't get it out. My teeth. Sorry. Distractions are real. What was I saying? Yeah, the final try, real salt in the wound. Johnny McNichol seemed to absolutely enjoy that one. The Dragons guys are still chasing a bonus point. They got to go out their own 22. Can they get it done? No, they can't. They drop the ball, and is it Davis that picks it up from the deck, gets it to Ken Owens, they shift it wide, and McNichol scores it very elaborately in the corner. Maybe it didn't need to be quite as athletic as that, but why not? Enjoy yourself, son. So 33-17, that's a big win in the end. Not quite a bonus point, but yeah, big old win, especially considering you played half the match with a man down. Possession of territory is pretty even. The Dragons edge the run meters, but the Scarlets boys got the clean breaks 5-3. They got the higher tackling percentage and the higher tackle count, although it's kind of marginal with percentage 85-84, but 111 tackles to 74. So the Scarlets' defense in that second half was really what wins them the game. And I guess conversely, the Dragons' lack of kind of clinical edge. 21 scrums in the game meant it was a bit stop-start. It's a high scrum count. Penalties conceded as 11-12, so the Dragons with one more. Moriarty has 87 run meters, which is interesting that he's the top run meter guy for the game. Bradley Roberts with 11 tackles, but yeah, he was Mr. Everywhere, but that one lineup was one that he'd like to have back. Steph Evans, 2 clean breaks, 52 meters, and a try, not a bad shift. Shingler, 14 tackles, wins 3 turnovers. Very good defensive shift. So like I said, it's not really been the Scarlets' season thus far, but yeah, despite the red card, the fans managed to go happy with a win. It is summer here in NZ, so I'm going to head off to the beach with the kiddies and probably go brush my teeth because I had peanut butter and jam on toast while watching this game. And yeah, there's a nut floating around in my mouth. There you go. Job done. You guys take care. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.